Hey guys, what is up? Gamer Dude back once again on day 2 of our 90-day live streaming ban. So, what I'm bringing you today is just a little Q&A thing really about what you guys think, and something about the newly anticipated Avengers game project, which is seemingly back in production after the success of Spider-Man PS4. We'll get into detail on that later in the video. So first things first, I want to drop a huge shout out to all my subscribers. I've received quite a bit of feedback from my live streaming ban from my community, and a lot of you are sticking around, and I really do appreciate that. I appreciate that you're sticking around to support me. I also appreciate that you're sticking around to support the channel, in spite of me only being able to upload things like this now. So, getting on with it, I'm just going to drop the information that we know so far about this Avengers game project and any information that's been leaked recently about the Avengers game project. So, back in 2016, at E3 2016, we saw a small trailer that had a big A logo on it with all the Avengers that looked dead on the floor. There was Cap's shield, there was Iron Man's mask, there was Black Panther's costume or something, I don't know. I can't remember the trailer fully. I can't even drop a trailer in the description below because I'm apparently, after that Grand Tour stream, in serious trouble with YouTube, and any thing that I put up that has a copyright infringement, my channel will be shut down, so I have to be very careful now, guys. But anyway, in 2016, Crystal Dynamics expanded and moved into a new studio. That would allow the company to create bigger and better games. That new office space didn't just come with perks for its workers though, it also came equipped with motion capture stages and 6 fully equipped sound rooms, which is really great. You always need a good sound system. That's what I see anyway. The only good system is a sound system, right? Especially if you're a lover of music like myself. So this move signalled the company was ready to take on more initiative projects. Avengers initiative. Pun. Oh man, I've been playing too much Spider-Man. But anyway, this included the Avengers game, which, as I said, was announced at E3 in 2016. It was just a small trailer, I think it was about 50 seconds long, and we didn't see much. We saw a lot of destruction and what looked like a lot of death. So the deal was announced between, at the time, Marvel and Square Enix. It even said in the trailer, I remember it specifically saying Square Enix. But I'm thinking now, with the success of Spider-Man PS4 being Insomniac Games, will Insomniac Games take up this project? I'll get into detail on that a bit later in this video as well. Excuse me. So, although there is still little information about this game, Square Enix promised fans back in the day they would give them a title that would provide a lot of thrills. Now, it's been 2 years and we still haven't seen another trailer, heard any more information, or seen any screenshots or anything to do with more capture on social media, because usually by now there's leaks on this sort of stuff. So as well as that, they would introduce a new gaming universe, which never got done because, you know, it's been done now by Insomniac and Spider-Man. So it would introduce a new gaming universe that they said fans would enjoy for a very long time, which I'm guessing would tie in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or at least be part of it, or somewhat reference it in some way or another. So the teaser trailer was dropped again in 2017, but it only gave a hint of certain characters that we would see in the game. There are all sorts of updates on Twitter though from the developers of the game in general. I've got one of the tweets here, that's why I keep looking at the screen, just to see if it's, still on the screen. So it's from Sean SQ. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that. Let's just call him Sean. He says, and this was on December 15th, 2018, by the way, he said, "Thanks to everyone for all your interest in the Avengers project. We are hard at work on this very ambitious game and are excited to share more when there is time and when there is more." So does he mean that when there's time, or that it is time, or that there is more and they're just not sharing? I don't know. But Crystal Dynamics has since been busy in their new office space. Not only did the studio release the new Tomb Raider game last year, which was Shadow of Tomb Raider, I think it was called. It also released that quite shitty Tomb Raider movie. Yeah. Let's not go into detail on that. The company spent most of 2017 hiring new people during the expansion and the move into the new office, meaning it had the workers on hand that it needed to complete this Avengers game. And this was now still 2 years ago. So where the fuck is it? Where is everyone? Where have they been for 2 years? But the studio also has a few other big projects that they just haven't announced yet. And again, it brings me back to the 2 years. Where have they been for this 2 years? Why haven't they announced anything? Coming back to Spider-Man PS4, with the success of that, it's evident that Marvel fans obviously want more. I want more. I want to see this Marvel gaming universe. Because the gaming universe has been attempted before. They attempted it with the cinematic films. They did a Thor game. They did the X-Men Origins game. They did Iron Man games. But overall, they didn't prove to be too successful. I mean, let's be blunt about the Iron Man games. They were kind of shit, to be fair. And the Thor game didn't really follow anything canon to the movie whatsoever. It had nothing to do with the movie at all. So they just failed, and they ultimately didn't release any more. Unless you count the Lego Marvel Superheroes, which was a Lego version of the Avengers movie, basically. Fucking Disney. Why do Disney have to make everything into Lego? Ugh, I hate Lego games. It's like, you don't die, you just evaporate and come back. You don't die. I don't like games like that where you just die and then evaporate and come back. It's weird. So, with Avengers Endgame coming out this year, the demand for the games based in that universe or around that universe or just close to that universe are in pretty high demand. Fans are practically clamoring to social media, to Twitter and Reddit and things like that to get these games out there. And it's good news, actually, because Crystal Dynamics and their Avengers project is still in the works. They haven't said it's cancelled. They haven't said they've boycotted it. They haven't said, oh, well, we're moving on now. This is it. It's done. We're doing something else. They are still saying that there's information about this game. They're just not willing to release it. Which is good, because after Avengers Endgame, we know that Marvel is moving into Phase 4. Whatever the hell that means. And as we know, in Avengers Endgame, there's going to be a lot of key deaths. Captain America, obviously, because his Chris Evans' contract's ended, so he's gone. So there'll be a new Captain America. Robert Downey Jr.'s contract's ended, so he's probably going to die as well. With Spider-Man being back in the MCU, I wouldn't bet on his sort of time there being so limited. Because especially with Far From Home coming out, it's set after Avengers Endgame, and the trailer for that has already dropped us spoilers as to who comes back when Avengers Endgame finishes. Nick Fury, Happy, Aunt May, even Peter himself. So, we know they come back in some way or form after Endgame. But it's still a great thing to think about. I mean, will it be an MMO, massive multiplayer online, an RPG, an open world game where you can switch between characters. Like, you can be down in Midtown New York as Spider-Man, and then switch to Uptown New York in Avengers Tower as Tony Stark, coordinating missions for Thor and whatnot. Or will you be able to switch to Thor in Asgard and then come down to Earth? Or will it be like Spider-Man PS4? There'll be random street crimes going around, and you can choose what Avenger you want to play as. You can choose what Avenger you want to put on call. See, I think that kind of thing would be really interesting. Because we don't really get a lot of games like that these days. Spider-Man PS4 was fantastic. It was brilliant. I'm not going to say otherwise. But its open world was just the main island of Manhattan. Now, you can glitch yourself to Jersey, you can glitch yourself to the Statue of Liberty, but you can't stand on them. You know, there's nothing there to stand on because they're not supposed to be in the game. So, an open world Avengers game like this, even if it's not with the Avengers that we know and love, would still be great. Because from the trailer that they dropped in 2016, as I said, it seemed like most of them were dead and or dying. And just gone, basically. There's really not much information out there as to Square Enix's abilities to this game, or how tied they are to it. But there are some comments from Naughty Dog as well, which is interesting. Because he's the person who's currently directing it is a former director from Naughty Dog. But we know the game isn't called Avengers Project, it's actually called Avengers Reassemble, which I think was a boycotted title for Avengers Infinity War or Avengers Endgame, one of the two. But in January 2017, publishers Square Enix announced that it had signed a multi-title contract deal to produce games based on Marvel comic properties. Much like, I'm guessing, Insomniac Games and Sony Interactive Entertainment have done with Spider-Man and any other titles that they choose to pick up after it. But with Square Enix taking on this Avengers project, I'm guessing it won't be tied to that in any way. It's going to be like a Fox Marvel thing. I know Disney now own Fox and they've got the rights to it, but if you think about it beforehand, it was kind of like, oh, this side of Marvel was Fox and this side was Disney. So X-Men was Fox, and you had Avengers as Disney, which would mean that the two universes couldn't collide because of copyright issues and infringements and rights and whoever had dispute to those characters. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same way with these two gaming companies. So Square Enix will have Avengers and Insomniac will have Spider-Man and any others that the two companies choose to go with. If you're following me here, guys, just let me know in the comments. I would love to live stream this sort of stuff, but you know I can't live stream for 88 more days. Yeah, this isn't a smug smile, by the way. This is me grinding my teeth and pretending to be happy about this. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So, what we want to talk about is what exactly is this thing? Because all we know is the Avengers Project. So, as I've said earlier in the video, it does not show much at all, aside from basic imagery of the Avengers symbols surrounding death and destruction, and a vague voiceover from the trailer, which seems to hint tragedy has befallen the heroes, much like what we saw in Avengers Endgame, with Tony Stark witnessing the death of his prodigy, Peter Parker, basically. The trailer ends with the hashtag reassemble, as I said earlier, which again indicates that the story has something to do with saving, salvaging, or bringing in new Avengers. Marvel's initial description of the project promises a completely original story. So It's not going to be something that's brought up out of nowhere where the Avengers are all dead and then you're playing as new characters. It's going to have something to do with one of the movies or one of the comic books, most likely the comic book. But still, details on the story are very scarce. But with that being said, that tweet on the 15th of December that I read to you earlier, does that mean it's going to come out after Endgame and be parallel to that, or be a game to that? Just, you know, it's going to be the same story in a game, just slightly different with a few little tweaks that would involve the transitions into the gameplay. I don't know. I'm just throwing speculation out there. I'm just throwing a theory out there. So, following their initial trailer, Crystal Dynamics said that the teaser contains hidden secrets related to their game, leading to speculations and more questions, more unanswered questions, more theories, more speculations, but it's not concrete information. I've got up another tweet for you here. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of minutes, looking at the screen, trying to find this tweet. Crystal Dynamics tweeted back on February the 9th. I'm just pissed off today, that's why my words aren't getting out, sorry guys. February the 9th, 2017. We are thrilled with the response to the Avengers Project trailer, but are surprised fans haven't uncovered its hidden secrets. So, I haven't seen many videos on YouTube breaking down that trailer. You know, you get breakdown trailers of recent movies that are coming out, like Transformers, Marvel movies, reboots of reboots of reboots. You get breakdown trailers and whatnot. I haven't seen a breakdown trailer for this game anywhere. I might do one at some point, because it's all I can really do for the next 88 days. But going back to who's actually making the game. In their announcement, Square Enix, so the creators of it, and Marvel, said 2 specific studios are expected to lead the development: Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal. This is a bit mixed controversy, really. It's mixed news and it's mixed content, because is it Square Enix or is it Eidos and Crystal Dynamics? It's getting really confusing down the line when we hear more rumours and more leaks. But we just don't know. As I say, it's all theory and speculation. I'm just throwing this out there because it's all I can do at the moment. So Crystal Dynamics is known for its most recent incarnation of the Tomb Raider series, known as Rise of the Tomb Raider. Eidos Montreal is best known for the reboot of the Deus Ex franchise, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Didn't like that game. It was free on PS Store a few months ago. I got it, and I didn't like the transition from first person to third person, then first person again to third person. It's like, make your mind up. Are you in third person or first person? You know? And you all know I'm not a fan of first person games anyway. But former Naughty Dog creative director, Sean, yeah, we're just going to keep calling him Sean, may be involved in this game's development in some way, shape or form. Because he was actually one of the lead developers on the Uncharted Lost Legacy game. He departed from Naughty Dog in January of last year, I think, to continue his work in other projects, and it's rumoured that this is one of the projects he's now working on. But he shared an image on Instagram of the Avengers logo captioned with "To New Adventures," and then he had an emoji of a beer glass next to him or something. Sean has otherwise offered no details on these projects, and the post was actually removed. So what you all want to know is, will we hear anything more? Square Enix and Marvel have said they would announce more in 2018. Well, 2018's gone now, guys, and the only thing they said about it in 2018 was that tweet that I read to you earlier in this video. So, with Sony now dropping out of E3 2019, it's doubtful we'll hear anything from it at all, because Eidos Montreal are very active with Sony. They're practically Sony's baby child, demon love child, should I say. And there's nothing really that Sony have to offer this year. That's another reason why they dropped out of E3. I'll also do a video on why they dropped out of E3 at some point as well, because again, it's all I can do for 88 days. Yay. But yeah, I think that's just about covered it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see from me. Because as I said, for 88 days, I cannot live stream. So my Telltale Game series is still going to be on pause. The Uncharted series is going to be on pause. Detroit Become Human, paused. Basically, anything I had planned for live streaming is now paused. I can still, however, upload various gaming content. Only up to 45 minutes though, because I'm restricted to my videos now being 45 minutes long due to this strike on my account. But I said I'd get into a bit of detail on that at the end of the video, so I will. If you watched my previous video of YouTube striking my account for 90 days, here's following up on it. I sent them a series of emails asking them to to rescind it, because it was my first offence. I've never had a big copyright issue like this before. And they got back to me saying non-negotiable, which means they have contacted Amazon, and it's Amazon that have said no. So Amazon are really the people to blame here. All I wanted to do was live stream the Grand Tour game for 20 to 25 minutes just to see what it was like, so you guys could see it as well. And about 10 minutes into the stream, I had 4 people viewing. The stream was then deactivated, cut off, you could say. And I was met with error codes trying to live stream. So I tried again the next day to live stream. I still got the same stuff, researched it up, and that's when I found out the ban was in place. So I will still keep you up to date in any future videos that I do from now on. As I say, with gameplay, I can only upload 45 minutes worth of gameplay, so if you have anything you want me to do, like funny compilation videos, just dying compilation videos from any of my games, like if you want to see me playing Uncharted and just dying all the time in many different ways, let me know. If you want to see me dying several times in Detroit Become Human, let me know. I am really begging for requests here, guys, just because I really don't know what to do now this ban's in place. I'm going to be totally honest there with you guys, I have no idea what to do. So yeah, I think I've covered it for this video. Shout out to all subscribers, old and new. Again, I really do appreciate you sticking around and showing me love and support through this tough time whilst I'm on this ban. Piece of advice before I go: if you do get the Grand Tour game, do not stream it. Do not even attempt to upload any content from it. Yeah. So then, yeah, that covers it for this video and for day 2 in the 90-day ban. So yeah, this has been Gamer Dude, trying my best to bring you some great content, even though it's not brilliant. So happy gaming, and I will try to keep bringing you daily content, and catch you all real soon.